Holy mackerel! Hi everybody and welcome to Holy Mackerel Moments with Harry Hart-Browne. That's me. And today is episode number 3.
1, 2, 3.
And what do they say about that number?
Third time's the charm, they say.
Charm? Today's stories are a veritable stew of serendipity.
Yum.
We have appetizers. We have In the Saint Nick of Time, Amusing Activist, Making Peace with Pests, and for dessert, the No Fortune Cookie. But before I begin, let me just say that, of course, there are many, many different kinds of holy mackerel moments. There are the huge ones that are astounding and gigantic.
She'll tear up the whole town till she finds Harry.
Yeah, and then she'll tear up Harry.
Tear up Harry? How did I get in there? And others are more subtle and little. Exactly, but no less significant, because large, medium, or small, they all have to do with moments of magic in everyday life. I do. I believe. So, here are a few little ones that really tickled me. Okay, so I posted my first video on my next door neighborhood website and soon got a comment from Amy Walker who said, "Wonderful, thank you, Harry." That was nice. But Amy posted a second comment moments later. You see, she had just seen my first video where I'm deciding, do I call this thing holy mackerel or holy moly? Holy mackerel or holy moly? Her second comment said, "Holy mackerel. Harry, right after I posted the above comment, I walked in on a speakerphone conversation my hubby was having, and I heard the person on the other end say, 'Holy moly.'" What are the chances? I mean, she hears me say holy moly, takes a little walk, and hears holy moly, like an echo. Is that perfect timing or what? I mean, holy moly isn't exactly a phrase you hear every day. Is it? Holy moly? Holy mackerel, holy moly, holy both of them. Thank you, Amy. That was great. Here's an interesting one. My friend wants to focus on new things in her life, and she wrote a letter to her employer basically saying, "I have loved this job, but now it is best for me to stop doing it." It's kind of bold, especially if you're not quite clear on what lies ahead. But the next morning, her horoscope said, to get ready for something new, you must first reset. You cannot start a new call until you disconnect the old one. Perfect. Holy mackerel, thank you. Now we come to my Zoom call with my friend and mentor, Erin Baer. Her cat jumped up and she said, "This is Kodak. I love her markings. Can you see the unicorn on her face?" I looked. I saw like a white line. I humored her. I said, "Oh, yes, the white line looks like a unicorn horn." She said, "No, a unicorn. Here, let me change the angle." And she did, and I looked again. Oh, I swear, there's a unicorn on the cat's face. Can you see it? Can you see the profile? Can you see the resemblance? Holy mackerel, Erin, thank you. And thank you, Kodak. Whoa. Now we come to In the Saint Nick of Time. My old friend, Mario Licu, whom I've known for 1,000,000 years, is a guy who makes a plan and sticks to it. But on this day, he did not stick to it. He kept changing his mind. He had to go to Pasadena. He had to pick up his wife, Helen, from work. He had to get gas, and he had to go to Big Lots. So he started to get the gas, said, "I don't need to do that now. Let me go to Pasadena." Went to Pasadena, did some stuff, hung out. Now let's pick up Helen from work. Oh, it's not time to pick her up. Yeah, let me get the gas. I have plenty of gas. I'll get it tomorrow. Now let me pick up Helen. It's still not time to pick up Helen. Well, maybe Pasadena. Helen. Finally, He went to Big Lots. Now, he did not park in his usual place on this day. He parked at the bottom of the hill because this Big Lots is on top of a steep hill. So he parked at the bottom near the street. And when he finished parking, he looked up. He saw a shopping cart with a little boy in it rolling rapidly down the hill toward the street. There was a hysterical mother chasing after the cart. He thought, this is not good. He jumped out of the car, ran as fast as he could, and grabbed the cart right before it careened into heavy rush hour traffic. He got the cart and the boy back to the mother. She was sobbing. She was grateful. He said, "You are both all right now." And he walked into the store. All that indecision and back and forth turned out to be, of course, perfect timing. Saved a life. By the way, Mario works as a professional Santa. And after this happened, he couldn't help but wonder what people must have thought when they saw this big old chunky old guy with a white beard and red clothes jump out of a red car with a reindeer nose on the front, antlers on the sides, and chase after a runaway cart. Well, he did. And Santa saved the day.
Says I'm on the nice list, so I just have to stay good from now until Christmas. We have DeMarco and Suzanne back there. How have they been this year?
Well, there could be a little bit of improvement, but they're doing good. They're on the nice list. Don't you worry, you're on the nice list.
And of course, you're on the nice list too, Santa Mario. Thank you.
Ho, ho, holy mackerel Mario.
Mario wrote a charming book about Santa. I'll put the link below. You know, the part of his story about his odd appearance in a very serious situation, it made me think of Marcia Lovelace's show. Now, Marcia was very serious. She was an activist in the 60s, and she fought passionately for many, many worthy causes. And she also realized that sometimes things just happen, and you have to laugh.
Hell no, we won't go! I'm a working class kid and a child of the 60s. Don't call me a hippie. Hippies are all into dropping out and creating alternatives instead of fighting what is. Something it will take me decades to come to appreciate. I speak in church basements, conferences, wherever anybody will listen. Talk my friend who's in local TV news into interviewing me on the air. I take on other causes. Once being interviewed on the air with a big red nose because I just come from a clown communion service and I forgot.
Thank you, Marcia. Her show is called Reweaving the Tattered Web of Life. It's wonderful. I'll put the link below. Now we come to another kind of peace activist. This is Peace with Pests. Kevin and Kim Driscoll and their kids are some of the kindest people I know. Kevin and Kim sent me this extraordinary story. They had a big, beautiful vegetable garden in Vancouver, but this garden used to have a big problem. Slugs.
We always had plenty to eat, but it also meant getting up early in the morning and pulling slugs off of leaves and liberating them to the far side of the creek. We assumed they didn't swim, so we figured if we took them across the creek, they'd never come back. And then we started wondering about our neighbors and if they were able to grow anything, since over a short period of time we had probably liberated 500 to 1,000 slugs to their side of the creek.
He removed up to 150 slugs a day.
And then a very wise friend suggested that we should dedicate a small part of the garden to the slugs and tell them that they'll be safe if they just stay in this one part.
He was advised to talk to the slugs?
I want to show you what happened next. There was a time a few months ago where all our leaves had holes in it, and then the bean plants weren't producing beans and the kale plants were dying. And so we came over here and I drew a line in this plot. It's about 4 feet by 4 feet. we stopped removing slugs from here. We let them be, and we told them, hey, you can live in this area. Well, they've been going to having a good lunch on the leaves. The good news is that this is the only place in the whole garden where there's any holes in any leaves, which is really bizarre because they were everywhere. So it doesn't matter if we grew lettuce, kale, beans, peas, whatever, even the basil that's coming up over here now, no holes, no slugs. It was a big problem before. They all just stay in this 4x4 foot place, and they eat these leaves, and obviously these bean plants aren't particularly happy, but anyway, the slugs are apparently, and I haven't liberated a slug in about 45 days, and it's pretty exciting.
He talked to the slugs, and they listened.
That is our holy mackerel moment. Holy mackerel!
Holy mackerel, indeed. Thank you, Kevin and Kim. That is so amazing. You know, I'd heard and read about people doing things like that, like at the Findhorn Garden, but I'd never heard of anyone who actually tried it, and then it worked. That is so cool. And thumbs up to that wise friend of yours. Now, I want to show you what happened earlier when I first shot that thank you to Kevin and Kim. I shot a thank you to them for sharing their story earlier, but all did not go as planned. No. I'm filming. Thank you, Kevin and Kim. That is amazing. But my cat's talking. Yeah? Speaking of cats with markings, do you want to come say hi? Puffy? Yeah. Say hi? That's my boy. Oh, he shook hands. Did you see that? Good boy. Oh my gosh, you ham. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. So, as I was saying, thank you. Thank you, Kevin and Kim. That was my Puffin. I love him so much. Okay, on we go. We go from those fresh garden vegetables to dessert. This is the No Fortune Cookie. My young friend Haley told me this story. She's such a gifted writer. She heard it from her mother, who heard it was true. It's about a woman who was stressed driving her old clunker of a car that was making boing, bam, bop, scary sounds, and she was so low on money she could not afford any kind of a repair. One day her daughter took her to lunch at a Chinese restaurant, and when the fortune cookies arrived, the mother's cookie was empty. There was no paper in it. She said, "What does this mean?" Her daughter said, "Oh, the machine at the cookie factory probably ran out of paper." Her mother said, "Yeah, but why my cookie? I mean, what does this mean? Is it a sign? Do you think it's a bad omen of some kind?" Her daughter said, "No, Mother, it's a fluke. Things happen. Don't take it personally." "Let it go, Mom. It's fine." Her mother could not let it go. She worried, and now her car was making more scary sounds, and what about that empty cookie? Not long after that, her daughter ran up to her. "Mom, there's a contest to win a new car. I bought a ticket for you." And the ticket has the winning number on it. Her mother said, "What?" A few days later, her mother sat in shock behind the wheel of her brand new car. But she was even more shocked when she saw a slip of paper on the passenger seat next to her. It was a fortune cookie fortune that read, "You really don't have to worry so much. Everything is fine." I mean, thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye. Pa?